Fox News, I'm CJ Papa. A crucial night under the spotlight for President Biden, who's age 81, has become an issue for him in his bid for a second term. And tonight he delivers his State of the Union.
The Biden campaign releasing an outline of his speech tonight, including taking swipes at Donald Trump. The memo says Trump would make it easier to buy a gun than access some birth control and reproductive care. Trump would cut Social Security, Medicare, and Medicaid. Trump will increase tax cuts for big corporations and the super wealthy, making their tax rate lower than many working families.
Fox's Lucas Tomlinson. Alabama Senator Katie Britt, who's been in the upper chamber just over a year, delivers the Republican response to what the president has. And New York Governor Kathy Hochul will deploy 750 National Guard members to patrol New York City's crime-ridden subway system. America.
Freedom 97.1 WSME.
Live and local. Real talk starts now.
And a good Thursday morning to all y'all. I'm Rayford Brown.
I'm Lee Barrows.
And Kelly Knapp is not here today. I'm not sure if she's coming in or not. She was feeling a little under the weather earlier. So
Yes.
Hope she'll get better.
Yeah, I hope so.
Nikki Haley is out announcing her decision yesterday to suspend her bid to seek the Republican nomination for president. She did say that she would continue being active in politics, but failed for the moment to endorse Donald Trump after his strong showing in the Super Tuesday primaries. Lots of speculation that she might become Trump's choice as a running mate. I don't think so, but maybe. Who knows? Not too sure about that after the harsh words during the campaign over the past year from both candidates. Haley was selected by Trump, though, when he became president in 2017 as the U.S. ambassador to the United Nations, even though she had been critical of Trump as a candidate during the campaign in 2016. Meanwhile, Trump wants to debate good old President Joe Biden ahead of the 2024 general election, saying he's willing to participate anytime, anywhere, any place.
We know that's not going to happen.
We know it's probably not going to happen. I'm just wondering if Trump would, Biden would get kind of like hard-headed, and if the polls start showing him trailing Trump, when the polls start showing him trailing Donald Trump.
Yes.
Would he at that time take him on?
Could you see his riders, his staff?
Oh my God.
They'd be pulling their hair out.
Yeah.
I'm anxious to hear what he's got to say at the State of the Union tonight.
Trump, the 2024 GOP frontrunner and presumptive nominee, posted his offer on his Truth Social page Wednesday afternoon. Biden's campaign manager responded quickly with a short message claiming that Trump only wants more primetime attention, and Biden agreeing to debate him live. The manager further said that if Trump wants to know more about the president, then he should do like millions of other Americans will do and tune in tonight for the State of the Union address. Should be an interesting event, to say the least, live and in color on TV with a live studio audience.
Oh, yes.
Trump's response was that he will be doing a live play-by-play of crooked Joe Biden's State of the Union address. He's going to put that up on his page. These next 7 months are going to be like a mess like we've never seen before, full of hate, full of discourse, likely less than anything civilized men have ever done. That play-by-play stuff tonight, every time Biden says something, Trump's going to come back on his own. I wonder if you can split screen this stuff.
I'm going to have to try that. I'm supposed to be on what time is the State of the Union?
It's usually
9 o'clock?
about 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock.
I hope so. I have to be on a Zoom at 7. So I'm hoping that, that's good. I'm going to do that.
Yeah.
I'm going to have one on the TV and one on the computer.
Yeah, what do y'all think about tonight's State of the Union and about the whole election process so far? I'd like to hear from you. 910-333-0139. We've got a guest in the studio at 7:30 this morning, so hang around for that too. But Ethan Starzinski with John Stars Electric. He was one of our advertisers during the Christmas season, I think it was.
Yes,
Was it Christmas and Thanksgiving or just Christmas? I don't know.
I believe both. I don't remember. Yeah, both.
It
I
was.
think.
I believe it was. And then he's
Awesome people.
He's going to talk about this upcoming H word
Yes. And how to,
and how to,
steps to be prepared.
like I did last year.
Yes, you did.
The
I'm
studio
amazed.
here is taking precautions, and we have a very large generator in the backyard to make sure this studio can stay on the air.
This one.
Yeah,
As long as we
don't
keep the
know.
one downtown up on there too.
Yeah, we need to get
We
one.
need to get one there.
It would be nice. So anyway, he's going to be on here. If you have questions about generators, this will be time to ask at 7:30. Let's see what else we.
Oh, you were talking about politics. More and more starting to come out on the local scene. There was a video taken of one of the workers that was running for a campaign out there at the poll, and a person come up and asked them about a certain individual, and they said, "Yeah, she's on the ballot, but I hear she's a little crazy." And that was filmed. All these little stuff coming
Oh,
out.
my
I'm
God.
like, and boy, some of these people do anything to try to get their candidate in there. But you're talking about candidates now. I am still flabbergasted over Wyatt Gable. He was on Fox News this morning. We didn't get a chance to see it, so hopefully somebody caught it and was able to record it. But he was article in Newsweek. He was on local television news yesterday, and on Fox and Friends this morning. I mean, that's going.
It is.
It's
21 years
story,
old, and he upset the apple cart and did it by good old fashioned door to door,
Yeah.
person to person, and getting on the radio. I will give you that. He
Right.
was on here. And George Cleveland, I mean, he's been in office, I don't know how
20
long.
years.
20 years?
20 years.
Ooh.
20 years.
And I know he's done a lot of good things.
Yes, he has. He's represented us. He's done a lot for us.
I didn't
so.
see a whole lot of campaigning other than his signs out.
Now let's talk finances.
Yeah.
So I went in there and took a look at Wyatt Gable's finances.
Mhm.
That young man spent close to $3,000 on a state campaign, and he won.
Yeah.
It's all about getting out there and the walking, going door to door, and being with people and putting your word out. Less than 3,000 when we had candidates for other local races spent well over that.
Oh, I had one local race spent over 18,000.
Yes, he did. Well, close to it. He didn't spend
Close
that
to
much.
it.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
had that much in his war chest
Yes.
for a local race, a county race.
But Wyatt did it on a little bit less than $3,000. I was impressed.
That's good.
What a young man. I can't wait to
Let
see
him
how
handle our budget.
I can't wait to see what comes out of all of this.
Mhm.
Interesting.
Hopefully a quarter-cent sales tax will.
Yes, I know there's been some people that have talked to him about it, and from what we're being told, he's in favor of it. So
Okay.
we'll see.
All right, let's see. What else have we got cooking?
What have we got cooking here? I know things are pretty quiet right now. I hate to say that out loud.
Yeah.
Around town, anyway.
Senator Joni Ernst, you know her,
No, I do not.
not personally,
But tell me about her.
she attempted to force a floor vote yesterday on a law that would require illegal immigrants who commit violent crimes be detained by Immigration and Customs Enforcement in the hope of preventing avoidable attacks and resulting deaths. The Iowa Republicans' unanimous consent request was signed by Majority Whip Dick Durbin, a Democrat from Illinois, who objected to the request. Ernst requested unanimous consent from her colleagues in order to advance Sarah's law to the floor for a vote. During her speech, she pleaded with colleagues to pass her bill, recalling the death of Sarah Root and also referencing the recent death of Laken Riley, both at the hands of illegal immigrants. The bill would require ICE to take into custody illegal immigrants who are arrested and charged with causing the death or serious injury of somebody else. It would require ICE to detain illegal immigrants charged with killing or seriously injuring another person to prevent them from being deported before their trials or even choosing to flee the U.S. while awaiting trial. Durbin said the bill would detain victims of trafficking or domestic abuse who were charged with crimes. Huh?
Hey.
According to him, the bill would deprive immigrants of the due process that everyone is afforded. What planet is Dick Durbin living on? Can't be Earth.
And not this one.
So it's okay with him if an illegal kills a U.S. citizen and simply gets away with it by skipping the country?
Mm.
The measure's namesake, Sarah Root, was a 21-year-old Iowa woman who was killed by a drunk driver who was in the country illegally. Ernst noted that the accused killer was able to post bond and ultimately escape facing the court. With the Obama administration's 2014 memo on immigration enforcement priorities, ICE declined to take custody of the drunk driver despite his repeated driving offenses and history of skipping court dates. So much for justice. If you try that here as a North Carolinian, they're going to put you under the jail.
Yep.
And trying to flee is another crime.
I was just reading a story about the car that was submerged in water at a boat ramp in Wilmington. That does happen.
It does happen. I've seen it.
Yes. Didn't really say how it got there, but we can only imagine.
Was a boat trailer attached to it?
Didn't show a boat trailer attached to it. Not unless
Yeah.
they were just not paying attention to where they were going and just right down the ramp into the water.
Let's see. I think we got Steve this morning. White Nerdy. Good morning, Steve.
Hey, good morning, guys. Hope y'all having a good morning.
Having a great day.
Yeah. Are you going to watch the State of the Union tonight?
I'm gonna try to, but if I don't get it, I'm gonna watch it on replay.
Oh, okay.
I always try to watch the State of the Union,
I do
regardless
too.
of who the president is.
Me too.
Amen.
You know,
Absolutely. So do I.
I'm the same way.
Sometimes it's so boring I fall asleep.
I agree. You know, and honestly, I like it better when it's boring. You know, government's supposed to be boring.
Yeah. We had somebody had an opinion piece, and I forgot where it was, honestly, and saying that it's doubtful that Biden is going to say anything about our monetary problems, the economy, or about immigration. How can he not do that?
Well, let's wait till the egg hatch to see if it's a chicken or not.
Yeah.
Is what I would say.
I understand.
Yeah,
that.
but you know, and he may not, but I would be surprised. That's really got a big part of the State of our Union.
Yeah.
So I don't know how he would get around that. So like I say, I'll wait till after the game to see if he threw the touchdown or not.
Yeah. Well,
But something I wanted to bring up this morning, Rayford, is me and you were talking last week, and it seemed like we crossed a little bit of a bridge over the election fraud from 2020 that we both kind of initially had believed it, but due to lack of evidence and that eventually eroded and withered and died, and we no longer believe that. I believe one of the reasons I believed it originally is because a lot of Republican representatives came out and swore they had proof, you know, so that kind of misled that proof. And the point I'd like to have been trying to tell us that Hunter and Joe Biden are a crime family. Now, I can't say 100% whether that's true or not true, but once again, the facts are not supporting their claims.
do you feel like there's been
And
any
those
cover-up attempts to block any evidence?
It's possible, but once again, that's a claim from people that I believe have been crying wolf, so I'm extremely skeptical without them giving me concrete evidence that fact has happened. I don't even want to ponder their speculation because their speculation it seems to be based on a lot of feelings instead of facts.
Here's the problem I have. The laptop. And I know they had 51 prior intelligence individuals to say that, no, there was nothing on there that that involved the Bidens. Well, can we see it? Can we see the laptop? Why don't you show it to us? The FBI's got it.
Right.
Why can't we see it?
I don't know, Rayford. I mean, if I was going to try and speculate on a legitimate reason I would say, you know, that there's, without being charged, showing you personal information would probably not be legal. But I don't know. But I mean, you know, if I'm trying to make an excuse for them, that would be the direction I'd go.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know enough about it to really say. There's so many factors involved there.
After those 51 individuals made their claims, they then backtracked on those claims, said they did not know.
Right.
And that causes me some concern as well. I mean, if they'd come out and said, let's just say somebody from the Trump camp or somebody else, ultra conservative right winger or whatever, said, "Oh, I know for a fact that stuff is on there," and he gets 51 of his buddies to say, "Yeah, it's on there."
I didn't really pay that much attention to that particular part of the reporting because it was opinion based instead of actually having evidence that you could look at, like you say, to back up their claim. What I did take as credible was that the FBI said that most of it seemed to be part of a Russian disinformation campaign. And then there was a Republican representative that was in the House of Representatives, that he was also a cyber expert for the military. And the January 6th committee got him to look at the emails and stuff that they did have that they were producing for Hunter Biden. And he's a Republican, mind you. He said that those emails that they produced were frauds. They were fake. They did not have the right format for the site they said they were on. They did not have the right font. And that those text messages and emails that they were producing were absolutely fake. Now, that was from a Republican representative. But once again, he got through under the bus. Anybody who stands up and says that they're not telling the truth in the Republican Party gets thrown right under the bus.
I got to follow up on him. What's his name?
I'll have to research that again to find out who he is. But
Yeah, just send it to
like
me.
I say, he testified for the January 6th committee. He was in the House of Representatives as a Republican, and he was in the military. Was a cyber expert. But I'll get that name back to you.
Okay.
It escapes me right now. But like I say, these same group, it's not all Republicans, and a lot of Republicans seem to be heading for the door. That I would call traditional Republicans. I'm really skeptical of what that particular group says. And it's also the same group that says that Trump hasn't done anything wrong and that all his prosecutions are politically motivated. Once again, the facts don't support that claim. And there's over 100 grand jurors that would debunk that theory. So I guess my question is, it seems like that, they've come out and they said that what they said originally, that laptop and the information that they found on it seemed to be part of a Russian disinformation campaign. And now even the other evidence that they had, it seems to be part of a disinformation campaign as well. That form that was filled out by Smirnov. So it would seem that willingly or unwillingly, a faction of the Republican Party and the people who support them may have been part of a Russian disinformation campaign designed to undermine our elections and install their candidate, Donald Trump. And I'm curious how Republicans that have supported those claims feel about being part of that, if that's the case.
Well, my personal thought about the Russians wanting Trump to be in office is that I don't want that. KGB leader, former KGB agent, he was never a leader, Mr. Putin, I think he is more fearful of Donald Trump than he is of Joe Biden. And I think he has a lot to lose if Donald Trump goes into office, and during that time as well, if Trump had remained in office. So I'm trying to figure out why he would do something like that, trying to get Trump into office.
That is the question you should ask: is what is in it for Putin? Why is he for it? He was for it in 2016. The Senate Republican committee said that Russia interfered greatly in our 2016 presidential campaign. He had set up a troll farm with over 1,000 operatives to flood the internet with all kinds of stuff against Hillary Clinton. And I'm not a Hillary Clinton fan, but it really begs the question: why would Putin want Trump? It's not because he thinks it make America better. It's not because he thinks
doesn't
it's
care
in
about
our
that.
best interest. So that's something I think people just miss a lot, is that, he's not for Trump because he thinks it would be better for America. He's for Trump because he thinks it would be better for Putin.
I got just one
Not even
last
necessarily
question.
Russia.
I got one last question because we've got to do weather and we got a guest coming in. But do you think, not whether America is better off or not under Trump or Biden, but do you think the world leaders see America as weak now, weaker than it was under Trump?
I would say no, because really our strength comes through our stability. When we're unstable, the whole world is unstable.
Okay.
And our strength has been our coalition. America is the leader in the world because of the coalitions we made after World War II. Prior to World War II, we were not number one.
Well, we're going to have to hurry and get to September because the gas prices have gone up again. They went up from 305 the first of the week to 329 yesterday locally.
Yeah,
And they'll come down when the election is close.
Why is it when we produce more oil than we've ever produced in history, and we're producing more oil than any other country in the world, our gas prices are still high? Shouldn't us flooding our market with that oil here in the United States that brought the prices down some?
Yeah, but we're also shipping a lot of it out.
That are lining their pockets on that.
Yeah. All right, got to go, Steve. Thank you.
They'll have record profits in their next quarter.
Oh, sure. You're live in local real. Yeah, you too. You're live in local Real Talk Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME. We'll be right back.
It's Cool Bobby B. Jacksonville, Onslow County, and beyond. You have found the official station for the Doo-Wop Stop. Heard Saturday nights, 7 till 10, right here on Freedom 97.1 WSME and worldwide at WSME971.com. Join me as we play the absolute best and greatest doo-wop songs of all time. Saturday night, 7 till 10. Get connected now at doowopstop.com.
Liberty Mutual presents How to Get Ahead at Work.
It's simple. Just ask for a meeting with your supervisor. While you're discussing the latest sales reports, just slip into the conversation that you customized your home insurance with Liberty Mutual and saved hundreds. Whoa! The business savvy you showed saving hundreds of dollars on home insurance will have you running seminars on saving money in no time.
Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com. Based on recent survey of new customers who switched and saved. Underwritten by Liberty Mutual Insurance Company and affiliates. Excludes Massachusetts.
Liberty, 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 liberty. Jim Gaffigan here with some more Straight Talk. Let's take a moment to appreciate our sweet children, loving grandparents, and eternal soulmates. Now let's use them to save money on wireless. Because with the Straight Talk Silver Plan, you get 4 lines for just $25 a month with unlimited data and no contracts. So add those human pawns, loved ones, and save money. Thanks, kids. You're finally worth it. Straight Talk Wireless, available at Walmart.
Get 4 lines on Silver Unlimited for $25 per line per month, plus taxes and fees. For data management practices and additional terms, visit straighttalk.com.
A plan every adult family member should consider is the pre-arranged funeral. It's the worry-saving thing to do for your family. Making pre-arrangements helps to alleviate the additional stress on family members that can come with arranging a loved one's funeral. Jones Funeral Home's prepaid funeral plan helps remove confusion. They make a practical evaluation of costs possible, and it's the best way to take an unpleasant task off the shoulders of the family. Call Jones Funeral Home at 455-1281.
With locations in Jacksonville, Richland, Swansboro, and Holly Ridge.
Looking for a job? Full-time? Part-time? Il Cigno Italiano Restaurant wants you. We're currently hiring for hostesses, servers, bartenders, and dishwashers. Il Cigno Italiano is a family-owned, fast-paced restaurant that offers the best in fine dining on the Crystal Coast. If you're hardworking, reliable, professional, and have a desire to always strive for better, we want to talk to you. Make great money and be a part of an outstanding, dedicated team. Il Cigno Italiano on West Corbett Avenue in Swansboro. Welcome to Lane & Associates Family Dentistry, where we love to make you smile. Now proud to be working with Doctors Kim and Tommy Morgan, formerly Morgan Family Dentistry. The Jacksonville and Richlands Morgan offices of Lane & Associates Family Dentistry blends the latest technology with personal care and attention, so you have an amazing dental experience. The offices of Lane & Associates welcome all ages and accepts all major insurances, including military. Lane & Associates Family Dentistry has been serving the state of North Carolina for over 40 years, with 2 locations in Jacksonville, Richlands, and Maysville. Call for an appointment today at 877-LANE-DDS or online at lanedds.com. Welcome to Lane & Associates Family Dentistry.
In a season of falling temperatures and rising energy bills, your local Bryant professional is always ready, standing by to protect your home's comfort and defend you from uncomfortable temperatures and the higher energy bills associated with them. Ready to do whatever it takes for your home, your family, and you to be comfortable without breaking the bank. Because when the temperature, your local Bryant professional turns up the heat.
Call Down East Heating and Air Conditioning at 346-4311 and let them keep you comfortable this winter. Down East Heating and Air Conditioning, serving our community for over 25 years. Also, Down East can help you with your home guttering needs. Call Down East today at 346-4311.
Bryant, whatever it takes.
It's live and local. Real Talk on Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME.
All right, we're back. Spring is getting closer. It's about 2 weeks away from today, pretty close to that. And there will be more daylight at the end of the day beginning this Sunday. Remember to set your clocks forward 1 hour before you rack out on Saturday night. Weather, longer days, a great time to get a boat, whether it's for cruising along our waterways, fishing the shallow waters of the White Oak or New Rivers, or running offshore to pick up some fish for dinner. Tideline Marine has a boat that you want. To entertain family and friends, the luxurious Aloha pontoons, heavy-duty top-end Lund fishing boats, and a few really nice offshore and nearshore Aqua Sports Center consoles, all available at Tideline Marine. Tideline Marine and Family, 159 Old Bridge Street, on the banks of the New River in downtown Jacksonville. Small craft advisory is in effect through Sunday evening. Offshore today, winds out of the north at 10 to 15 knots, seas 4 to 6 feet, dominant period 8 seconds. Sounds and rivers, a moderate chop. Patchy fog this morning in low-lying areas. Northeasterly winds tomorrow, 15 to 20 knots with gust up to 25, seas 4 to 6, except 2 to 4 near shore. Dominant period 7 seconds. Sounds and rivers are choppy. Easterly winds on Saturday, 10 to 15 knots, becoming southeasterly 15 to 20 with gusts up to 25 knots in the afternoon. Seas 4 to 6 feet. 2 to 4 near shore. Sounds and rivers, a moderate chop, becoming choppy in the afternoon.
And today we have a slight chance of showers this morning, cloudy, then gradually becoming most with a high near 68, winds 6 to 8 miles per hour. Tonight, partly cloudy with a low around 47. Friday, mostly sunny with a high near 64, northeast winds 6 to 8. Friday night, a chance of showers late with a low around 49, and Saturday showers likely and possible with thunderstorms high near 66. It'll be a rainy weekend.
Yeah, it's gonna be one of those. We're waiting on Ethan Starzinski to get here. He should be here any moment now. I'm sure he hasn't forgotten it. I believe we did a reminder yesterday.
Good.
Alabama Governor Kay Ivey signed a bill into law Wednesday evening protecting in vitro fertilization treatments after a February decision by the state Supreme Court of Alabama led some fertility clinics to pause their procedures. The Senate bill, a bipartisan piece of legislation, was met with heavy support from state lawmakers and quickly moved through the legislature to ensure clinics could confidently resume operations for IVF patients. The law is designed to protect medical professionals from civil and criminal activity, to protect from civil and criminal immunity in case of unintentional death or damage to an embryo following a ruling made by the state Supreme Court, allowing 3 couples who lost frozen embryos during a mishap at a storage facility to file for wrongful death claims. The justices cited language in the Alabama Constitution that allows parents to sue over the death of a minor child and said that the 1872 law, in other words, applies to all unborn children regardless of their location. Justice Greg Cook, who filed the only full dissent to the majority opinion, said a minor is not defined under the state's Wrongful Death of a Minor Act, and that using the law to cover frozen embryos is stretching the original intent. The law is effective immediately and applies retroactively, excluding pending litigation.
This whole IBF
Yes.
debacle, I mean, I have issues with the government getting involved.
Yep.
With this whole thing, and it from that it was and abortions and I what is our world becoming?
Alec Baldwin is sweating it out.
Yes, he is. His the armorer.
Yep.
She just got sentenced. She was found guilty of what was it? Misdemeanor death by
Guilty of involuntary manslaughter in the death of
that's
cinema
right.
photographer Helena Hutchins
Right.
back in 2021, I think it was, October of 2021. The armorer was responsible for the gun that discharged a live bullet on the Western film set. Hutchins was in the line of fire when actor Alec Baldwin pulled the gun out of his holster in October, and he started twirling it around or doing something, cutting the fool. Gutierrez Reed was found not guilty of evidence tampering, a charge she received in 2023 after investigators accused her of passing off a bag of cocaine on the day of the fatal shooting on the set. You can just go figure what was going on there. It's too bad they didn't do blood work on everyone involved.
Sure, exactly.
Should have. The jury deliberated for less than 3 hours at the New Mexico courthouse. After the verdict was read, Judge Mary Marlowe Summer ordered Gutierrez Reed be taken into custody, where she will remain until she is sentenced. The defense attorney said Alec Baldwin is to blame for acting like a prima donna on the movie set and bossing people around. The prosecution popped up, dismissed that as being the cause for the photographer's death, and said the armorer was solely responsible. Too bad for Baldwin. He's a good old anti-gunner. He's a hypocrite. He doesn't mind making a lot of money using a gun, but doesn't want other people to have them.
I think there's a lot of people who failed in that situation.
All the way through.
All the way through.
Did not know how to even check the gun he was given to see if it had a bullet in it, a real bullet in it. No, no, and no.
Well, somebody hands me one, you better be doggone sure that I'm going to check it.
I'll check it. I'll check it. And if I hand you one,
because
I've
I'm the one
unloaded it.
pulling the trigger.
That's right.
That's right. And usually you hand someone a weapon, if it's a revolver, you hand it to them with it open.
And if it's a semi-automatic, you have the slide lock back.
That's right.
And no magazine.
Exactly. And no magazine. Exactly. I mean, there was a lot of carelessness. So wait till OSHA finds them. They're going to own that movie.
Yep. That'll be it. But Baldwin still has to face the judge and a jury. So we'll see how that goes along. Reckless death.
Reckless. It's very reckless, the whole situation. From the first person that touched that weapon to
whoever brought a live round onto a movie set.
Well,
how did it get there?
Supposedly it was mixed in with the dummy rounds on the cart.
So why was it even a round?
That's right.
Now here's what was going on. They take the guns, as it turned out, since they were out there in the desert, they were taking the guns out, members of the crew,
right,
and shooting them. Real bullets.
Right. They should have never had access to those guns.
Nope.
Those guns were used as props.
Yep.
Because you have the fear of everything getting mixed up, which it did, and her rounds before she handed Baldwin the
Armorer is the one that's supposed to be loading the guns.
That's right.
Okay. And if she didn't know the difference between a live round and a dummy round, there's something really wrong.
That whole
in
case
dummy.
is tragic. The woman that lost her life. I mean,
One of the other guys on the set said Baldwin, he's the one that called Baldwin a prima donna on the set. He said when it went off, it was extremely loud, not like the quarter loads that are normally in the pistols that they use.
Right. Well, following that story back in the day, I don't follow it much anymore.
Why would, first of all, as a single action revolver, you know,
Right.
you've got to cock the hammer back. What's Baldwin doing with that?
Right.
Even if it's got dummy rounds in it, they can hurt people.
Yes. Yes.
Up close, they can hurt you. So, you know, whatever.
The whole thing is tragic. And you know, it'll find out that those movie sets that, you know, Baldwin's been involved in, the movies that he's made, that there's been a lot of safety infractions on those sets.
Yep.
So we see what happens when you don't follow the rules. I don't think you've talked about this one yet, because I know you're big on stories like this. A Mexican national who was in the United States illegally has been arrested and is being held on a $1 million bail after allegedly crashing his vehicle into a Washington State patrol trooper and killing him.
Good.
And this was on Saturday. Trooper Christopher Gadd, 27, was watching for speeding and DUI drivers when he was struck and killed in a 3-vehicle crash on Interstate 5 around 3 a.m. on Saturday. The investigation into the crash found an SUV being driven by 32-year-old Raul Benitez Santana was heading southbound on the interstate when the vehicle veered onto the shoulder and struck the state trooper's car. The Snohomish County Sheriff's Office reportedly found the SUV was driving at a high rate of speed when he crashed into the police vehicle. Illegal immigrant.
It's ridiculous.
Yes.
Getting ridiculous.
Right.
Rafael Govea Romero, the suspect in Texas 16-year-old Elizabeth Medina's December 2023 murder, is set to be arraigned today in Jackson County, Texas. He's 24 years old, an illegal immigrant from Mexico. He's accused of stalking the 16-year-old high school cheerleader and aspiring nurse before striking her over the head and stabbing her in her apartment that she shared with her mother. A spokesman for Immigration and Customs Enforcement said that ICE enforcement and removal operations in Houston lodged an immigration detainer with the Jackson County, Texas Sheriff's Office on Rafael Govea Romero, 24, following his arrest for capital murder. They've got a hold on him. So if he gets out of jail for any reason, they're supposed to hold him. ICE lodges immigration detainers against non-citizens who have been arrested for criminal activity and taken into custody as part of the agency's mission to identify and arrest removing illegals. The thing is, say some of the sanctuary cities and some of the law enforcement agencies, we had one right here in Pitt County, the sheriff of Pitt County, former sheriff of Pitt County, said they would not hold people
That's right.
for ICE.
Yes, I remember that.
Yep. All right, so hopefully they can get some movement going on the other bills to make sure that these federally that ICE is given these people and that the counties cannot turn them loose.
I really want to hear what Biden's got to say tonight.
Yeah.
Is he going to suddenly now pay attention to the border with the election
Well,
coming up?
It's a political thing right now. He's
It
got to.
is. Everything's
but I don't
political.
think he's going to.
Everything's political.
Yeah.
We'll never see the end of it.
Real Talk, Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME.
WSME. Hello, shoppers. Take advantage of the great big fresh chicken sale right now and many, many more specials at your locally owned and operated Richlands Piggly Wiggly, where good things cost less. Down home, down the street, Highway 24 in Richlands. How about a 20-pound box of fryer leg quarters, just $15.99. Family packs, only 99 cents a pound. A 20-pound box of fryer drumsticks is $15.99. Family pack price, 99 cents a pound. A 20-pound box of fryer thighs, $15.99. Family pack price, just $1.19 a pound. And a 20-pound box of boneless chicken breast is only $20.99 with the family pack price at $1.99 a pound. 10 pounds or more fresh ground chuck, only $3.59 a pound. Fresh blueberries, only $2.99 a pint. Enjoy down-home country cooking in the deli 7 days a week in the store. Dine in or take out, featuring hot, fresh chicken that will make you smile. The country breakfast starts at 5:30 a.m. daily at your Richlands Piggly Wiggly Deli and is home to the famous Merle Bowl. You can also take advantage of the fast, friendly pharmacy located inside the Richlands Piggly Wiggly. Richlands Piggly Piggly Wiggly, down home down the street, where good things cost less. Highway 24 Richlands. Remember, say big with the P.
When you need comforting, who do you call? An old friend, right? Jacksonville Heating Contractors services the heating and cooling needs of our area with dependable quality train systems, guaranteeing indoor comfort. Train systems, Jacksonville Heating Contractors offers 24-hour emergency service, NATE certified technicians, and over 50 years of experience and service you can trust. And with a Jacksonville Heating Contractor service agreement, you never pay retail for heating or cooling services and receive priority scheduling. Remember, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. And in New Bern, you can call Trent Heating and Air Conditioning 252-633-2200. In Morehead City, Sea Air Heating and Cooling 252-247-1122. If you need service or repairs, just call an old friend. Jacksonville Heating Contractors, an independent train dealer. It's hard to stop a train. For deals on train systems and more, visit anoldfriend.com or call 910-347-2843.
Chico's Tires, 2320 Wilmington Highway is Jacksonville's oldest tire company, and now Jacksonville's newest tire company is Little Chico's, located at 1675 North Marine Boulevard. Little Chico's carries all the major brands and all sizes, such as Michelin, Goodyear, BF Goodrich, Bridgestone, and many others, and all new tires have warranty. In addition to a great selection of new tires, Little Chico's has used tires starting at only $30. In addition to new and used tires, Little Chico's does brake service, minor auto and truck repair, expert custom window tinting, and towing. So if you need tires, new or used, brake service, minor auto or truck repair, expert window tinting, or if you need a tow, visit Jackson's newest tire store, Little Chico's, 1675 North Marine Boulevard. By phone, 910-333-0473 for Little Chico's Tire Service, located at 1675 North Marine Boulevard, right here in Jacksonville.
It's live and local. Real talk on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
We're back, and that's my mistake. I had Ethan scheduled for today. He's scheduling it for next Tuesday. So get your questions ready. These was John Starr's Electric, and they put in generators.
Yes.
These standby generators for your houses and stuff like that. Yeah, well, they're nice.
Yes.
Haven't had to use it yet, but it comes on every 2 weeks and Fridays and runs for about 5 minutes just to let me know that it's working.
Well, they're talking about with El Nino changing back into La Nina, then back into El Nino.
It's transgender is what it is.
It can't make up its mind. Depends on what they want to be identified with when they wake up.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're talking about it's going to up our season again.
Yeah.
And we've been very lucky the last couple of years.
Yes, knock on wood.
Yes, knock, knock.
Veteran Affairs is launching one of its largest ever expansions of Vietnam healthcare for veteran healthcare. All veterans exposed to toxins and other hazards during military service are now eligible for VA healthcare. This means all veterans that served in the Vietnam War, the Gulf War, Iraq, Afghanistan, the War on Terror, or any other combat zone after 9/11 are eligible to enroll in healthcare without first applying for VA benefits. Also for veterans who never deployed, and this is a new one, but were exposed to toxins or hazards while training or on active duty in the U.S. are eligible to enroll. Pretty sure that the backlog, already a big backlog in VA clinics today, will become even worse.
Oh, I'm sure.
My goodness gracious. It's a good thing.
First of all, it'll take you months to get an appointment.
Yep.
Then they'll send you out of town.
Legal online sports betting will launch at noon on March 11th here in the Tar Heel State. The North Carolina Lottery Commission announced the approval of the first 8 interactive sports wagering licenses. FanDuel, DraftKings, ESPN Bet, and Fanatics Sportsbook are just some of the apps people can use to make bets. MLB Network sports betting analyst Ariel Epstein said gambling on these apps can be overwhelming if you don't understand the process. Is this a good thing? Sports betting? Sports betting.
Well,
online. How about it, y'all? Somebody's got an opinion. 913-0139. 910-333-0139.
I am one that I can honestly say that, like when the lottery came out, Since it came out, it's probably been less than 10 times that I even bought a ticket. So
I said
don't.
one time about 5 years ago that I was going to spend $5 a week for a year. I got one scratch off out of that. I got my $5 back for that 1 week.
Yeah, the good thing about the lottery is that most of the money is going to education.
You sure?
Well, I said
that
most
was
of the money.
Claim.
That was the claim, yes. But
there's a lot of money goes to TV advertising. I will tell you that. There's
course.
a lot of money that paid for the executives.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of overhead.
We'll have to do an investigation on that. Let's get into that. But as far as online betting, it's not going to affect me.
It's not going to affect me either.
I'm sure that there are people that do have problems with betting and gambling. And if they aren't doing it here and now, they're doing it someplace else. I don't know. There's two sides to it. I just remain neutral because it doesn't affect me.
Mm-hmm.
That's the best I can give you.
All right, let's take a break. You're live and local Real Talk, Freedom 97.1, 1120 a.m. WSME. We'll be right back.
Casey Kasem has unlocked the American Top 40 vaults and is replaying original shows from the 70s. This week, Casey takes you back to March 4th, 1978. That's when Jackson Browne was running on empty. Billy Joel loved you just the way you are. Jay Ferguson sailed to Thunder Island, and the Bee Gees were staying alive. You'll hear those songs and all the top 40 hits from March 4th, 1978, right here on American Top 40, the 70s.
Make sure you check out 1840, Saturday morning, 8 to 11 on Freedom 97.1, 1120 a.m., WSME.
Have you gotten your copy of Topsail Times newspaper this week? If not, did you know that Topsail Times is Topsail area's only local newspaper in print? Started a little over a year ago, we now have over 1,500 online subscribers and 5,000 printed copies that go out every 2 weeks. And we never charge our readers. Information should be free to our readers, and we enjoy that. Looking for an idea for date night? Want to learn some local history? How about asking a veterinarian about your pet? These things and more are available in each copy of the Topsail Times newspaper. Want to get the word out about your business? We offer great rates for full-color ads, and the online paper version is always included for free. Need help designing the perfect ad? We can do that too. We're always looking for human interest stories, so start writing. And we love photos too. Check out our website at topsailtimes.net, where you can find out where to pick up a copy or check out our latest publication online.
If you're looking for a home, or perhaps you want to sell your house, why would you not pick a realtor that knows Eastern North Carolina? Her entire life in this area and knows the territory like the back. She's a realtor with Century 21 Champion in Jacksonville and is known as a professional that will do everything possible to find the right home to meet your needs. It matters not whether you're looking for a small starter home or you're ready for a larger home. Candy will stick her neck out and check out homes throughout the eastern part of the state. She's known to look high and low and show you as many houses as you want until you have found the perfect house you can turn into a home. Throughout the process, she'll treat you with grace, kindness, and integrity, and you'll love her sense of humor. For a realtor dedicated to her clients, give Candy Brown Thompson of Century 21 Champion a call at 910-787-5600. That's 910-787-5600.
Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning, your trusted local Carrier indoor weather team. Serving all of your heating and air conditioning needs since 1967, now offers residential and commercial duct and dryer vent cleaning, and now offers expert residential and commercial plumbing service. In case of a power outage due to a storm or for any reason, be prepared with a Generac generator for your home or business. Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning has Generac generators in stock ready to install today. Remember, better breathing comes with cleaner air. Let Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning improve the air quality in your home or business with professional air duct cleaning. As always, Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning is available 24/7 for all your heating, cooling, and plumbing emergency needs. Turn to the Carrier experts. Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning, with locations in Jacksonville and humphreyheating.com. And follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning since 1967. Relax, we're on the way.
If your plans include hitting the road this year to do some traveling, make sure a visit to Silent Service Center is on your to-do list. Travel safety starts with the tires on your vehicle, and a visit to Silent Service Center will give you peace of mind with the best value in all name brand tires and the largest selection of used tires in this area. In addition to quality tires, Silent Service Center is a North Carolina inspection station and does complete brake service, oil changes, and alignment service. Silent Service Center, 1707 Lejeune Boulevard, Jacksonville, and 108 West Main Street, Havelock. Phone 910-353-4760. Freedom 97.1 WSME.
It's live and local real talk on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
Okay, we're back in here, and on the phone with us right now, a longtime associate, Doug Wall. Hey, Doug, what's up?
Well, I wanted to see if you saw the videos that were released yesterday on the now Republican nominee for governor of the state.
No, haven't seen
You're
it.
talking about Mark Robinson?
I am talking about Mark Robinson.
Those
That's
videos
correct.
have been surfacing, have been around for quite a while.
Did you see the one about his comments about women?
Yes.
Okay. Which is him coming out saying that women should not have the right to vote. It became viral yesterday, along with some claims that he is denying that the Holocaust happened. So I think we can all just start measuring the drapes and the settings for the governor's mansion for our next governor, Josh Stein, because the Robinson campaign is dead in the water after these videos went viral yesterday.
Well, they've been out for quite a while, and the stories have been out for quite a while, and there's more stories than just that. And now that he has become the Republican candidate for governor, you're going to see a lot more coming out, because the other side, from my understanding, has been collecting information for quite a while. So this is going to be he's a very controversial man with his statements. So you're going to see a lot of stuff coming out. It's going to get ugly. It's going to be one of the most expensive governor races in the United States.
If these have been known for a while, doesn't it seem almost like malpractice that your party would nominate him? It's such a troubled
Our
candidate.
party did not nominate him. He chose to run. The party stays out of it now that he is the Republican nominee for the governor. Or step in and support him, because
nominate him. Republicans went to the polls on Tuesday, had a choice, and this is the guy they chose.
they voted
Your
for
party.
him. Yes. He's my opinion was that he would get picked to be the Republican nominee. I have other opinions on down the road. We'll just have to wait and see what's going to happen.
Okay.
He's
Are
very,
you
very
are you
popular.
supporting him?
What's that?
Are you supporting him?
I make no announcements on the radio of who I'm supporting.
Well played, Lee.
That's
Well
the truth.
played.
I don't get into that. I'll have opinions, but I don't endorse anyone on the radio.
Okay, well, let me ask you your opinion. Is he qualified to be governor?
Just as qualified as some of the past governors we've had.
All right. Rayford, do you have any thoughts on this man?
I'm not a Republican.
I know you're not. But you've seen the tape. I'm assuming you've seen the tape.
I've seen the tape.
This is
Yes.
a guy you've had on the show who came into fame talking about gun rights. He gave one speech at some meeting someplace, and that's how he caught fame and popularity and became
Right.
who he is now, the lieutenant governor, based on one speech.
Mhm.
Do you think this guy's qualified?
I have not seen his abilities shown as yet to be governor, because I haven't seen anything he's done as lieutenant governor personally.
Yeah, I agree.
He's been out of the state a lot. So I became disillusioned with him. Let's just put it that
Let
way.
me just say that. I mean, I know the man and his wife personally on a personal nature. I have always thought highly of them, but I am also, a certain part of me, disappointed in a lot of things. So I'm just going to sit back and watch it unfold and see what happens before I make my final decision.
But it goes without saying, Lee, that you personally think women have the right, should have the right to vote.
That you
Yes.
personally think that the Holocaust happened.
Yes.
Okay.
See, I have like differences of opinions with a lot of things that he has said. Does he have the right to say what he thinks? Yes, just like I have the right, but there's just much more for me involved in it than just statements that he's made. There's other things that have bothered me. So, we're just going to have to sit back. I've got how many months left, Rayford? We've got 5 months.
7 months.
7 months to make a decision. So,
one of the things that I look at here, and I've seen the polls on all sides, and I don't put a lot of faith in polls this far out.
I don't either.
But I do think that sometimes coattails run up as opposed to running down.
Right.
And I think having this guy run for governor opens up the state for Biden in a way that I just don't believe that people split their vote anymore.
Well,
And
they did last time.
Yes, they
They
did.
did last time. Yes, they did. That's true. But I think that this is going to. This isn't bad news for Biden, having this guy being the head of the Republican Party in North Carolina. This is not bad news for him. And I think this is going to be a tight race for a contested state on the presidential level, at least. And I think it's now become even more so. And I think, it's going to be a wild year.
I think
where
so
the
too.
Democrats will just flood the state with money.
Well, oh yeah, it's already been said that that's what they're going to do. They're going to have these big super PACs coming in, everything. It's going to be a very expensive race. I have opinions on it, and it's probably not what a lot of Republicans would like to hear from me, but
Probably not.
Yeah, probably not. But I'm more of a realist than a, let's vote for this person because they're popular or whatever. I always voted for the unpopular girl for homecoming queen. I'm just, it's just the way I look at things. I look at different things other than who's the most popular. I will tell you that when the primary, there were certain races that had what they call a no preference box in that category.
That was funny.
And yeah, and I might have colored in that one. So, I don't really advertise who I vote for because I believe that's between me and my God and the ballot and while I'm in the ballot box. But I'm also one of those that I look at the most qualified. And there has been times in the past, and I'll probably get a video on social media about this today, but there are times in the past where I have crossed over because that person was the better person. So,
All right, Dougie, we're running behind a little bit.
don't put that out there, Doug. Don't tell anybody
Well,
that.
it's out there. Lee votes Democratic sometimes.
She doesn't vote Democratic. She votes for candidates who happen to be Democrats.
They in the past, maybe, like there's been some, well, I'm not going to go any further into this because I know there's going to be a video on Facebook by the end of the day. But I just like.
Not if Facebook shuts down again.
And that was pleasant on voting day, having it down like that.
Yeah.
Nobody could do live videos of like, don't vote for this person because they're crazy. I mean, there was a lot of that going on at the polls.
Well, Lee, on behalf of all Josh Stein supporters, welcome.
I'm not saying I'm voting for him. I'm just going to wait and see how all this plays out. It's going to be a
We welcome you to the fight for democracy and liberty.
It's going to be a huge fight. And, Rayford knows my opinion.
Yeah, mine too.
Yes.
Thank you, Dougie.
All righty. Have a good day.
You too.
You too.
Good
Oh,
one.
congratulations. He's already hung up.
What did you do?
New grandbaby.
Oh, I didn't see that, and he didn't tell me
I
that.
saw a pretty little
Okay, Dickie, you're live and local. Real Talk, Freedom 97.1, 1120 a.m. WSME. We'll be right back.
WSME, Camp Lejeune, W246CJ, Jacksonville.
From Nancy Pelosi, fresh off of Super Tuesday, President Joe Biden is set to deliver his State of the Union address. White House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre.
The president's going to continue to make his case that House Republicans need to move forward. The Speaker needs to put the National Security Supplemental on the floor. We know that it would get overwhelming support.
The address is set for 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Alabama Senator Katie Britt is going to deliver the GOP response. Speaking of Alabama Governor Kay Ivey signed a bill into law last night protecting in vitro fertilization providers from criminal prosecution or lawsuits.
The Republican-controlled state legislature quickly passed the bill after the Alabama Supreme Court ruled last month that frozen embryos are children, a decision that prompted many IVF centers to pause services.
Fox's Carmen Roberts, America's listening to Fox News.
Freedom 97.1
WSME.
It's live and local. Real talk.
Interesting denial here that came out yesterday. Former President Donald Trump's campaign is making it clear that the Republican National Committee will not be covering a penny of the legal fees associated with his 4 pending criminal cases or other civil cases. He's going to handle it all on his own. So somebody, I guess, on CNBC had said, just probably tongue in cheek, that it looks RNC is probably going to have to pay his legal fees.
Well, that was a big argument with him and Ronna McDaniel back in 2020 when Trump did not secure the presidency. It is documented that he was threatening Ronna McDaniel, saying that he was going to destroy the Republican Party and start his own party. Yeah. And she came back with, well, you go right ahead and we're not going to help you pay for any of your legal fees. So there is some animosity between those two dating back.
Well, she's gone.
Yeah, she's gone. She's on her way out.
And possibly Michael Whatley.
Yes.
He's Trump's choice.
Yes, he's Trump's choice to take over the RNC as the head committee man. And then Trump is talking about his daughter Laura coming in as committee woman, because you have to have one from each sex.
Oh no.
Yeah, I guess it's in
what's
case
going to happen when we got the
I've got jokes, but I can't.
Whatley could say in the morning that he's feeling like a man today, and then the next day he could be feeling like a woman.
I don't think you're going to get that out of Michael Whatley. I know Michael Whatley personally. No, you're not going to get that.
Okay, that's kind of
we're getting way out there.
Really strange.
I'm trying to find. I'm gonna text our senator in a minute, because I believe that our general legislature has been working on a bill to make daylight saving time year round. And I'm trying to find that because I just read that the other day.
What do you guys think? Would you like to have it year round as daylight saving time,
yes,
or maybe year round as Eastern Standard Time? Because we hear complaints around every change. Oh, they just want to leave it alone.
That's why people get fat during the winter, because it gets dark at 5 o'clock. So you sit down and you start eating. You don't get up off the couch. You don't go out and exercise. Let it stay sunny till about 7, 8 o'clock. You have plenty of time.
It could stay sunny until 6 o'clock during the summertime, winter time. Just 1 hour more because it's dark at 5.
That's right. 6 o'clock. Well, it still gives you another hour to get your yard cleaned up.
Yeah.
Do some exercise.
So you guys got an opinion about daylight savings time versus standard time? 910-333-0139. It'll be darker later in the mornings with daylight time.
I just wish it'd stay one time year round, because this changing the clocks, it's
having the kids riding school buses now. I have daylight savings time, but imagine these kids are getting up now and the buses are on the road early, even before daylight in many cases, picking up kids. What day did I have to run down to the station? Tuesday,
yes.
Yeah, there were kids all over the road.
Yes.
And I left at 10 minutes after 6. They were everywhere. Now, that 10 minutes after 6, of course, in a little while, they got light. But
Yeah.
is that going to prove to be even
It's
more
been
libelous?
nice. It's been nice the last couple of weeks. It's light out when I come leave the house and come here. I can actually see the kids on the street. Yeah, because your main street coming in stays busy.
Yes,
in
I
the
know it
morning.
does.
Sure. People out there riding bikes and walking, dressed in black, and I'm like,
Yeah. Around. All right, so nobody cares whether it's going to be daylight time or standard time.
where is everybody today?
I don't know where they are. Steve and Doug.
Mike, you need to call in and give us a report on that, what you just saw on Fox News.
Yep.
Mike McHugh.
San Francisco is no longer a progressive city. Did I read you this one?
No, I just don't want. I
That's
don't know
what a
if I
couple reporters for the San Francisco Chronicle have written. They based their opinions on the fact that voters this week chose to support 2 law and order ballot measures. One of those requires drug screenings for potential welfare recipients and would force drug addicts to go into treatment if they want to continue receiving those benefits. The second would give law enforcement better surveillance tools and rein in oversight over the force, allowing looser restrictions on things like car chases. Voters also backed a slate of moderates to run the local Democratic County Central Committee. I guess that's like their local party, right?
Right.
The state party, whose endorsements could reshape who is elected in San Francisco for 5 years. What an amazing about face for voters in California.
Yeah. I mean,
They've fed up. They've had enough. They've fed up with the crime. They're fed up with the homelessness. San Francisco is overloaded. They're just fed up with the crime and doing nothing about it. They've had it.
well, would you ever consider moving to California? No. I knew that was coming out.
No.
Trying to find any updates on this.
910-333-0139. Any comments today, folks? Let's see. Anybody ready for a boat? You need to go buy a boat. I know where you can get one. I know where you can get a bunch of them if you want them.
I just have friends with boats. Why do I need to go buy one? I have friends with boats.
Yep.
I would love to have one of my own. I really would, but I think I don't foresee that happening.
Well, they could. You never know.
Yeah. But I love going out on the ocean. I love being out on the water and going fishing, and I love deep sea fishing.
Mm-hmm.
Do you do a lot of deep sea fishing?
That's about all I do. I prefer that.
Yes. It's fun.
But trout fishing and red fishing, red drum fishing, they're fun to do too. I like that. I've got a little boat for that purpose. Good morning. Who's this?
Good morning. This is Bridget.
Hey, Bridget.
Hey, Bridget.
I felt sorry for you guys, so I wanted to call in.
Thank you.
And I did just see the interview on Fox News.
Did you?
So, he did very well. I'm proud to say I voted for him. Longtime supporter of Cleveland, but I was impressed with this young man. So I did switch, and let's see what happens in the primaries.
In the general election?
Yeah, and that's right. I'm sorry, I'm old, so
No, it's just been right. It's been a long week. It's okay.
It's been a long week. But, I caught the tail end of the daylight savings time, and I'm okay either way. Is just leave it though. Either leave it this or leave it the other way. At all
I
times,
agree.
You know, but just somebody start somewhere. But I felt sorry for you guys, so I said, well, let me give them a quick call.
I appreciate that, Bridget.
Come on, everyone,
Have
call.
a good day.
All right, you too. Bye-bye.
Bye.
910-333-0139. We had a second caller, but they hung up by the time Bridget got on the air. Maybe they'll call back here in a minute.
Maybe so. Oh, gosh.
Several Texas conservatives challenging state House GOP incumbents came out on top in the Lone Star State Tuesday night in a victory for Governor Greg Abbott. These conservatives were challenging other Republicans.
Okay.
And they were backed by Greg Abbott. He said He said some other folks on there were just not quite so good. Okay, let's see who this caller is. Good morning. Who's this?
Hey, good morning, Rayford and Lee. This is Mike.
Hey, Mike.
My ears are ringing this morning.
Yeah, you've got to watch that interview on Fox News. And I said, call us and let us know what was said.
Yeah, I got a heads up that he was going to be on the show this morning. The other local TV affiliates had reached out to him already, so I don't know if they've packaged their interview with him. But Fox and Friends went live with him around 7:40 this morning. He did the interview.
Oh, good.
And he was, Wyatt was in, I would imagine Greenville, he's in class, but he came off the same way you saw him at the forum in Jacksonville and the forum in Swansboro. He's very poised. And my wife saw him for the first time and said, "How old is this guy?" I said, "He's 20, he's 21. He's a junior at the ECU." Yeah, so he's, you know, for someone at that age who just won a primary, George Cleveland, he's not measuring the drapes yet in his office in Raleigh, which he will occupy. But he said we still have to go through the general election. We got to put the work in to get elected by the good people of Onslow County. And the Fox people know that it's a red district, but nonetheless, he's not taking anything for granted. So he's going to put in the work. So he's quite a young man, and I think we're going to be fortunate to have him as our representative for the Congress.
Who's the Democratic nominee?
Isn't it Carmen Spicer that's running on the Democratic side?
Yes.
She's a local right here in Jacksonville.
Yeah, Miss Spicer's going to be, she is the Democrat challenger that she'll go up against Wyatt Gable in
Right.
the general election.
I don't think
But, you know,
she's
the numbers just don't favor the Democrats.
right. And we're going to try to get her on the show, but we would love to have her on the show too.
And get Wyatt back too.
Yes, and I think I mean I know who she is. She's been a longtime resident right here. I believe a lifetime resident.
Yeah, she was at that forum on Friday. That Friday forum in Jacksonville. Lee, you and I were there, and she was in attendance as well too.
Yes,
But,
I
you know,
think
looking back at the election results, this is disappointing but expected. The turnout was terrible.
It was terrible.
18.32% turnout in this election.
I think in 2020 it was like 23%, and in 2016 it was 20%, I believe.
Yeah.
So yes, it was very low. And you know, we've got a runoff too coming up May 14th for Lieutenant Governor.
Yep.
Got to open the polls back up for one race.
Exactly. Yeah. It just, I mean, I don't get people's mentality about sitting out an election. It's one of the most important things to do, and it's one of the easiest things to do. And given what do we have, about 2.5 weeks of early voting time?
Yes.
You know, that you could go there and cast a vote. There's no excuse for it. There's no excuse for it.
Well, it's very common county
Yeah, it is.
to open
Yeah.
up and then I imagine they'll only open at one place, and it'll probably be the Board of Elections like they did with Murphy and Thomas back in the day. But still, they're having to pay people to be in there to run the polls. And I guarantee you talk about the turnout for this one, it's going to be extremely low.
Yeah, that was. But you know, it's getting back to the House race. A win's a win.
Yes.
95 votes separated the two candidates, and it goes to show you that every vote, you know, counted properly, it does mean something. You know. So.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, it was an interesting segment on Fox News. I'm sure they'll have it on their.
Oh,
Facebook.
I'm sure they will too.
Yes. It's going to be interesting. But you know, I'm just like, I was talking to a mutual friend of ours, and we were looking at the figures, and I refreshed my computer about the same time he did. He goes, Wyatt won. And I was like, what? And I'm looking, I was like, he did. And so he said, I'm hanging up. I've got to call Wyatt. So he called Wyatt, and he goes, congratulations, representative. And Wyatt's like, what? He said, you won. And he said he could hear him going, Mom, hey, Mom, I won. And that just tickled me.
It was interesting the way in which the vote was announced through the State Board of Elections and also Onslow County. Typically, you know, you got the early vote, you'll see that number scrolling for 2 hours, and then the music in the background.
Right.
And then they'll do maybe 4 of 24 precincts, and then 10 or 12 of 20. This was just one big dump.
Yes.
You know, they had the early mail-in, I guess it was.
It was the
And then
absentee vote
everything,
ballots
like you
went
said,
in.
Lee, when you looked at when you refreshed, it was like, it's over.
Yes.
So for those candidates that were looking, at early numbers, I know I was talking with, because he can, John Davis, the mayor of Swansboro. I can't call him commissioner-elect yet because he got to go through the general, but nonetheless, he was sitting, I think, in 5th place.
Right.
And top 4 would get a seat or move on to the general. And all of a sudden, boom, the dump came and he found himself in the 4th spot.
Right. And it moved Tony
Very nerve-wracking.
Padgett from 4th all the way up to 1st. That last dump, I was like, and when I saw the dump, because I was hitting refresh every 30 seconds, I'm impatient. And then when it finally dumped and I looked over towards the left and it said 24 of 24 precincts, I was like, dang, that is awesome.
That's
we
moving.
give kudos to Jason on that.
Yeah, very much so. Jason did a great,
It's
and
always
his
in years
people.
past. It's always been so painful to watch the returns come in when Carteret's in, Jones is in, and then we're sitting there, 4 out of 24, and it's and that horrible music in the background.
And Carteret didn't come in till much later after Onslow. And I know Pender had issues, and there was a lot of issues at polls around us. So, but Onslow went smooth.
Good.
All right.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks,
We
Mike.
appreciate it. Joy, how are you? Oh, she's hung up.
She'll be back.
Yeah. Okay. Well, maybe.
There she is right there. Maybe so.
Joy, is that you? Hello.
Hi, it's Barbara.
Hey, Barbara. How are you?
Hey, good. Hey, I was sitting in the mighty car line listening to Wyatt this morning, and I had never talked to him personally. I know Lee had and had shared with me how impressed she was with him, but yeah, he was very impressive sounding. He didn't sound like your typical. I've heard he's 20. I've heard he's 21. I'm not sure which.
21.
But did not sound like your typical 20, 21-year-old. One of the things he brought up like 3 key points that were part of his campaign. And the first one, which I was really happy to hear as a grandmother with 3 children in public school, or 2 in public school, was his focus on education, like bringing back some of the basics to the educational system, like carpentry and things like that. But the one thing that I thought was interesting, why he decided to run in general, was he said it started actually during COVID. So I guess he's been, 18, 17, I'm not sure. And he had some concerns. I think he said it was in a political science class. And he emailed Mr. George and never heard anything back at all. And he said that, it hurt him. He doesn't want anyone to ever feel like they're not important to him. So I just thought that was kind of sweet for him to say. And I'm a big Mr. George fan. Love me some Mr. George, but I'm looking forward to Wyatt and seeing what he can accomplish for Onslow County.
I agree. I think a lot of people have had the same opinion. Is they loved George. He's done a lot for us over the years, and I would have much rather seen him retirement and somebody come in and replace him. But I'm like you. I'm excited to see what Wyatt's got to offer.
Yeah. And if I can, about daylight savings time, it's kind of been blamed on, well, not blamed, but they kind of put daylight savings time about it being about the farmers, to give the farmers more time to farm, when the sun goes down, because it's during the farming season. And that is not true. It actually was fossil fuels and fuels.
Yes.
It was during, I think, was it right after World War II is when it started?
It started going across the country, but yes, it was because of you didn't use as much fuel.
Correct.
When you
they thought
moved
you
it
didn't drive
ahead.
at night.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to tell you, as a farmer's daughter, farmers adapt. Farmers don't need time change. If they need to stay out in the field later for an hour or get up an hour earlier, they're going to do that. But I've always found it interesting that they said it's always kind of been known that, they did it to help the farmers. I'm like, no, you didn't. So yeah, I'd like to see it stay to what it's coming to. So whether it be spring forward, I'd like to see it stay there.
Yeah, I would too. I can remember daylight savings time when it first started, and actually before it was statewide, there were pockets across North Carolina, including Wilmington. I was here, of course, and I was as a kid. We would go to, because my grandparents, you're going to eat dinner at 12 noon. 12 noon their time was 11 a.m. our time. So we'd get up and
Yeah.
drive there. So we would be there at noon their time. So we could have lunch that we call
didn't know
today
that.
lunch.
So not all of North Carolina went to daylight saving times at the same time.
No, it did not.
That is interesting. Well, and is it still that Arizona is the way? Are there more states now that do not recognize daylight savings time?
I'm not sure. I know Arizona is one. It has been one for a long time, but I don't know
Right.
about other states. I haven't Googled it.
Yeah. And I've always been interested to know how that affects them, when the rest of the country is at a different time. I always found that fascinating.
Well, your TV shows are going to be on at an odd time. So,
Yeah. Okay, well, you guys have
All right,
a beautiful
thank you.
day.
Thank you, Barbara.
Hopefully no
Thanks,
rain
Barbara.
today.
yeah.
Oh yeah, let's
Yeah.
hope. Let's hope it's beautiful out.
All right.
Stays.
Okay, take care.
Take care. If you're live and local, Real Talk, Freedom 97.1, 1120 a.m. WSME. We'll be right back.
Are we ready for a little fun? Is Rick Dees. I can't wait to meet you here this weekend. The weekly Top 40 Countdown is ready to go. Do we have some D's sleeves for everybody? Oh, yeah. We're going to go out on a limb with the weekly Top 40 Sure Shot. You can win huge prizes.
I'm amazed.
The weekly Top 40 Countdown here this weekend. We'll see you.
The weekly Top 40 80s edition, Sunday night, 6 to 10 on Freedom 97.1.
Tammy Fry Allstate Swansboro reminds you to check your mailbox and find your quote on homeowners insurance. Tammy Fry Allstate Swansboro goes the extra mile to make sure you're in good hands, like helping you customize your home and windstorm coverage with their Write Your Own home policy. Yes, save even more when you bundle your home, auto, boat, motorcycle, and even your golf cart. Remember, if it rolls or floats, call Tammy for a quote. You and everything you own are in good hands with Tammy Fry Allstate Swansboro. Call today, 910-326-5383. Tammy Fry Allstate, 638 West Corbett Avenue in the friendly city by the sea, Swansboro. Check your mailbox today for savings on your homeowner's insurance.
Looking for a job? Full-time? Part-time? Il Cigno Italiano Restaurant wants you. We're currently hiring for hostesses, servers, bartenders, and dishwashers. Il Cigno Italiano is a family-owned, fast-paced restaurant that offers the best in fine dining on the Crystal Coast. If you're hardworking, reliable, professional, and have a desire to always strive for better, we want to talk to you. Make great money and be a part of an outstanding, dedicated team. Il Cigno Italiano on West Corbett Avenue in Swansboro.
Welcome to Lane & Associates Family Dentistry, where we love to make you smile. Now proud to be working with Doctors Kim and Tommy Morgan, formerly Morgan Family Dentistry. The Jacksonville and Richlands Morgan offices of Lane & Associates Family Dentistry blends the latest technology with personal care and attention, so you have an amazing dental experience. The offices of Lane & Associates welcome all ages and accepts all major insurances, including military. Lane & Associates Family Dentistry has been serving the state of North Carolina for over 40 years, with 2 locations in Jacksonville, Richlands, and Maysville. Call for an appointment today at 877-LANE-DDS or online at lanedds.com. Welcome to Lane & Associates Family Dentistry.
It's live and local Real Talk on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
Okay, springtime coming right around the corner. It's only 2 weeks away, and there's going to be more daylight at the end of the day beginning Sunday. Warmer weather, longer days, a great time for you to get your boat out. If you don't have a boat, you need to head on down to Tideline Marine and pick up one. Whether cruising along our waterways, fishing the shallow waters of the White Oak or New Rivers, or running offshore to pick up some fish for dinner, Tideline Marine has a boat that you just might want to get. To entertain family and friends, the luxurious Aloha pontoons, heavy-duty top-end Lund fishing boats, and a few really nice offshore and nearshore Aqua Sports Center consoles, all available. Tideline Marine and Family, 159 Old Bridge Street, on the banks of the New River in downtown Jacksonville. Doors are opening now. A small craft advisory is in effect through Sunday evening. Offshore today, northerly winds 10 to 15 knots, seas 4 to 6 feet, dominant period 8-second sounds and rivers, a moderate chop, patchy fog at low-lying areas this morning. Tomorrow, northeasterly winds 15 to 20 with gusts to 25 knots, seas 4 to 6 feet. Dominant period 7 seconds. Sounds and rivers are going to be choppy. Saturday, going to be worse. Easterly winds 10 to 15 knots, becoming south to 20 with gusts to 25 in the afternoon. 4 to 6 footers. Sounds and rivers a moderate chop, becoming choppy in the afternoon.
Well, welcome to spring.
Yes.
Today, a slight chance of showers this morning, cloudy, then gradually becoming mostly sunny with a high near 68. Tonight, partly cloudy with a low around 47. Friday, mostly sunny with a high near 64. Friday night, a chance of showers with a low around 59. Saturday, showers likely and possible. Thunderstorm after 1 p.m., high near 66. Chance of precipitation 100%. So it's going to rain Saturday.
Something like
It's going
that.
to come in late Friday night.
You know, there are growing numbers of reports that a lot of videos have surfaced of people in motel rooms or rental units. A lot of people are putting cameras in those units, some of them as small as the point of a pin. They can be hidden virtually anywhere in motels, vacation rentals, and even cruises that criminals can use for sexual gratification or financial extortion. 1 in 4 travelers found an illegally concealed camera in their vacation rental in 2023, according to a report, a survey by Property Investment Com, IPX 1031. It said, while rental properties offer many benefits, privacy and security remain hot topics, especially when it comes to cameras. Spring break travelers. This is the time right now who are typically college age and on a budget. Seek out cheap Airbnbs and motels, which are more likely to unknowingly spy on their guests with illegally concealed cameras, cybersecurity expert Michael Balboni said.
And this is why when I travel and I stay in a hotel,
You stay dressed.
I stay dressed and I usually sleep on top of the bed and bring my own blanket and I'm in pajamas because you never know. True. You might get a 2:00 fire alarm.
Yep.
And I'm going to have clothes on when I go out that door.
There you go.
And mingle with the rest of the crazy people. I did find out a little bit of something, talking with our senator about daylight savings time. You know, there was a bill that was introduced 2023 and it passed the House. It is now sitting in a committee in the Senate, which is normally what it does. It goes from one house to the Senate and it usually goes into a committee for them to review it. So that's where it's at now. So maybe we'll see some traction on it.
Yeah. I
That would
hope
be
so.
nice.
That would be very nice. Fort Lauderdale, speaking of spring break,
Been there. Yes. I love that place.
braces for a wild spring break with
No.
free roofie drink tests
Oh my
and
gosh.
DUI alternatives.
Oh my gosh.
They're making available tests so you can check your drinks
Wow. Well, that's
and
a good
see if
thing.
they've been laced with anything. So, you know, if you're headed down there, just make sure if your kids are going down there, do the same thing. Okay?
We used to go to Fort Lauderdale a lot for spring training for baseball.
Yeah, well, I went to Fort Lauderdale a lot because that was when I was diving in the country all the time, and it had some beautiful beaches just to the
Oh,
north
yeah.
at Pompano Beach.
Very nice.
Oh, I
Very
had a
nice.
blast down there with those. Good morning. Who's this?
Well, they hung up. They're on the other line now. We should get Wyatt to call.
We
us.
got, I hope you're still there. Who's this?
Hello.
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 Good morning.
Good morning.
This is Joy.
Hey,
Hello,
Joy.
Hey.
We thought it was you.
I'm going to start disguising my number.
No.
Daylight savings time. Only because it seems like the winter months, for some reason, we think about holidays, and holidays are good times, and a lot of times it's sad times for people.
Yep.
And it seems like the winter months, a lot of people get more depressed. And I think maybe if they would put it to daylight savings time and keep it that way, maybe that would help. I don't know. It seems like when the dark comes in, you sort of get I don't
Blah.
know. Yeah. And maybe the kids will start getting back in the yards a little bit more and play. I doubt it, but that would be a good time for them to have a little extra time if they get off those telephones, those computers. And I think it started back in 1918, if I'm not. I think that's when it was, 1918.
I don't remember exactly when it was. Probably after
Yeah.
World War One, and
Yeah.
but it wasn't nationwide.
No, and it seems like only 19 states. No, I'm not for sure about that. Only have it permanent for right now,
Mhm.
but I'm not for sure about that either.
There are two states that do not observe it at all. One we've mentioned, Arizona. The other is Hawaii,
Right.
thanks to our good friend Mike McHugh.
Well, doesn't Hawaii, I mean, it sits on the sun anyway. It stays pretty sunny there most of the time. Not all the time. But it was kind of a joke.
At dark, at nighttime, it's dark.
It's still pretty at nighttime there.
Oh.
They said that this winter we were supposed to have like a wet and ugly winter, and I think they sort of predicted that pretty good. But I prefer daylight savings time, and I don't think it really has to do with the farmers, like Barbara said. But I'm not really for sure about that. I think at one time they were worried about the bus stops, but look, it doesn't matter what time the kids are at the bus stop. These could be day, night, or any time things can happen.
Yep.
But I hope it does pass. I think it. I don't know. I think more people would. I think it would affect people better to have daylight a little bit longer than they do now, especially during the winter months, like I said.
Yeah.
That's just my opinion.
Yep. I can stand the dark when I get up in the morning because it's going to be dark whenever I get up in the morning every day. Period. Because I get up early.
Yeah, I do too.
I like the dark.
I'm an
in the
early
morning.
riser.
I don't like that. When you're not working, it's easy just to lay back down if you want to. Say you lose an hour of sleep, but I can always catch up with it sometime during the day, I guess, and not worry about it. But I think most people would like daylight, but maybe that's just me. But everybody I've ever spoken with have all said they would wish they wouldn't change it. Keep daylight savings time.
Yeah. I think daylight time would be the preferable time.
Yeah, like me too.
Okay.
So that's another call for you.
Thank you. We appreciate it.
And
Thank you.
Yeah, and if you go long when you don't have anybody, I'll call back and talk about it.
Thank you, Joy. Bye.
Y'all have a good
You
one.
too. There's a good one. I wish I'd had pulled this up when Bridget was on the line.
Really?
Yeah. A Christian preacher brought a legal battle against the police in the United Kingdom after he was told by authorities that he could no longer comment on other religions while he gave street sermons. Police conceded that they acted disproportionately when they forbade Dia Moodley from commenting on other religions like atheism or Islam while he preached in the streets of Bristol. The Christian leader received a settlement from the Avon and Somerset Police Department after lawyers from that area and the Free Speech Union argued the authorities wrongfully tried to ban him from criticizing alternative worldviews by discriminating against him on religious grounds and for breaching his European Convention on Human Rights to freedom of thought, conscious religion, expression, assembly, and association.
Wow. Interesting.
And good morning. Who's this?
Good morning. This is Vic.
Hello,
Hi,
Vic. Where you been?
Vic. How have you been?
I just like to call you guys once in a half moon.
We like half
Pun
moon.
well intended, well received.
I got a cousin living out there.
Okay, Mr. Rayford.
What?
I want to offer you some advice.
Go ahead.
Because it's after the fact and it sounds like I'm whining and criticizing. So, advice. We have St. Patrick's Day coming up.
Yes.
Please don't say St. Patty's Day.
Have I ever said St. Patty's Day?
Yeah, repeatedly.
My wife's last name is McFarland. You know that, right?
Uh-oh.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah. And Kelly's Irish, as
Yes,
we all know.
And I was waiting to call when she was in so she could help me out on this. But you do refer to it as St. Patty's Day. Okay? This is a problem for me because Patty is a pejorative slang term. In other
Okay.
words, an ethnic insult.
Is it?
Yes, it is.
Nobody's ever brought it to
I
my
know,
attention.
my dad was always honest about saying St. Patty's. He said, it's wrong. He said you had to say St. Patrick's Day. Or something about that. He was always getting on us about it.
Well, I got to look it up now.
Here's some evidence for you, Mr. Rayford.
Evidence.
Whenever there's a mass arrest, okay, the police bring a
Paddy wagon
vehicle.
in.
Pardon me?
The paddy wagon.
There you go. You got it. Okay, why is it called such?
Because there were so many Irish cops up in New York.
Ah, wrong. There are so many Irish being arrested.
Yeah, by Irish cops.
Criminality goes both ways, doesn't it? On the enforcement and the commission side. But no, it comes from English coined the term Pat against all Irish. And the paddy wagon in Ireland during the Revolution. And that's where the term comes from. So, paddy wagon, St. Patty.
Rayford's looking it up.
Pardon me?
Rayford's looking it up.
Some people also find St. Paddy's Day inappropriate because since the 18th century, Paddy has been used in English as a disparaging name for an Irishman or in informal British English as a fit of temper. For those who wish to avoid Paddy because of offensive use, that's understandable. So this writer writes. I don't know who he is, but it's the first one that popped up.
So I have not steered you wrong.
I'm still waiting to find out because they got it. Some people call it St. Patty's Day, and some call it St. Paddy.
That with the T's,
Yes.
is acceptable but not preferred.
Okay.
But not with the D, which in the South is confusing because they sound very similar, D's and T's.
All I can tell you is I just wear a green shirt on that day and I go about my way.
I just tell you, people that don't wear something green, I just pinch them.
That's all I can tell you.
Okay, another point, Mr. Rayford. Last year on Good Friday.
Can I remember that far back? Yes.
Pardon me?
I said I can't even remember that far back. Go ahead.
Okay. 10th anniversary of the Good Friday Accord in Ireland, which you did not mention.
Well, I'm so sorry.
You veered off into the battles of Lexington and Concord, which weren't for another 10 days. Okay, so you did do well when you played Alive, Alive, Oh. That was a good opening.
Well, we can't do that anymore.
Pardon me?
We can't do that anymore.
You played 4 bars. I think you're allowed four bars before
No.
Facebook gets upset.
Well, Facebook gets upset when I mention a song.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah, they censor us. They ban it.
Ay. So drop Facebook. But anyhow, but it was the 25th anniversary of the Good Friday Accords, and Easter Sunday marked an anniversary of the Irish Rebellion in Dublin, which was also important. So, things to keep in mind. Just some friendly advice.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Have a good.
And thanks for the use of the hall.
You're welcome. I'm gonna send you a bill for it next time.
Well, there's
Thank
another
you,
word.
Vic.
After we come back from
Bye.
a commercial, there's another one I want to throw at you.
Oh, pile it on. You're live and local, Real Talk, Freedom 97.1, 1120 a.m. WSME.
Oh, no.
For 40 years now, people throughout Jacksonville and Onslow County have trusted Barnes Diamond Gallery for all their jewelry needs for every special occasion. They understand that every day is a special event for someone, whether celebrating a wedding, anniversary, birthday, engagement, or graduation. Let Barnes Diamond Gallery custom design something for you. Barnes Diamond Gallery does on-site repair in addition to their quality and selection of diamonds, diamond fashion bands, pendants, watches, earrings, gemstone rings, and necklaces for anyone for any occasion. Major credit cards accepted. Layaway available. Barnes Diamond Gallery offers appraisals and paid top market prices for gold and silver. Barnes Diamond Gallery, 461 Western Boulevard, Suite 120, Jacksonville, open 9:30 to 5:30, Monday through Friday.
If you plan to rebuild, remodel, repair, or do cottage or home improvements, Williams Hardware, 3011B Bridges Street, Morris City, should be your first stop. Williams Hardware carries power tools and equipment, chains and fasteners, plumbing and electrical supplies, along with Gerber, Buck, and Case knives. Williams Hardware is your helpful, handy hardware store. Williams Hardware cuts glass to size and pipe. When the chores are done and the cleanup is finished, light up that Wilmington grill from Williams Hardware. Williams Hardware, 3011B Bridges Street, Morris City. Open Monday through Saturday from 7:30 till 6 p.m. and Sundays for your convenience, noon till 5. Phone Williams Hardware, 252-726-7155.
Mohawk All Pet Protection and Warranty is the only cover protection and warranty for all pets, all accidents, all the time. Because your pets are family members too. No matter how you live, we've got you covered. Soft, luxurious, smart strand forever clean carpet. Gorgeous, durable, Solitech luxury vinyl tile. Mohawk has the ultimate floor for every room in your home. That's suitable for all pets. For details, contact Watkins Floor Covering online at watkinsnewfloor.com. Watkins Floor Covering, thanking you for the best of the best for 2023 in the flooring covering and carpet cleaning category. Watkins Floor Covering, they're more than just floors. It's custom showers, custom tubs, carpet cleaning, splashes, bathrooms, commercial, retail, and home flooring too. Watkins Floor Covering, family owned and operated since 1997 with locations in Jacksonville and Surf City. Watkins Floor Covering, you stand on it, we stand behind it.
Southern Touch Painting, Maintenance, Power Washing, and Roofing specializes in residential and commercial interior and exterior painting. In fact, they paint most anything except cars, including homes, businesses, apartment complexes, decks, and they do minor repairs, wood repairs, pressure washing, waterproofing, and more, including storm repair and cleanup. Southern Touch Painting, Maintenance, Power Washing, and Roofing, fully licensed, insured, and locally owned and operated by Roger Carroll Jr. References available and customer satisfaction is always guaranteed. So if you want to painted, maintained, power wash, call Southern Touch Painting, Maintenance, and Power Washing at 910-0749 or visit southerntouchpaintingnc.com. Southern Touch Painting, Maintenance, Power Washing, and Roofing salutes our troops and is proud to be part of the continued growth of Onslow and surrounding counties.
It's live and local. Real Talk on Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME.
All right, it's never too late. It's never too late when it comes to murder. Back in 1986, a young woman of 32 was murdered. She's working in a real estate office. And when other offices in that complex came in to open up the next morning, they found all sorts of debris and stuff. It looked like a big fight going on.
It's crazy
some
that you
sort of
brought that up.
horrific struggle.
Because a friend of mine and we were just discussing that a couple days ago because she was out showing a house and told me a story, and we brought that story up.
This happened in Stafford County, Virginia. The investigators have arrested a guy in connection with 2 cold case murders that occurred. This one I'm talking about here was in 1986,
Right.
another one in 1989. And they got this guy because of advancements in DNA forensics processes. That's good. 65-year-old Elroy Harrison, indicted Monday on charges of first-degree murder, abduction with intent to defile, and aggravated malicious wounding in the death of 32-year-old Jacqueline Lard. The young woman at the time was last seen in 1986 walking along a road. Wow.
That's sad.
Yeah. And then the next morning, employees of other businesses in the area were getting ready to open for the day and discovered a scene at the realty office indicating some sort of a horrific struggle. The young woman, Lard, and her vehicle were missing from the scene. Detectives from the sheriff's office, with the help of Virginia State Police and the FBI processed the scene and collected evidence. A couple of days later, 2 juveniles were playing in a wooded area in the Woodbridge, Virginia area when they discovered a body under a pile of discarded carpet. They identified the body as that of Jacqueline Lard. Her missing vehicle was found about a month later in Fairfax County, which also presented investigators with additional evidence to process. While investigators from all agencies involved exhausted all the leads, none led to the identification, and the case went cold. As forensic genealogy improved, the sheriff and a detective pounced at the opportunity to use the advancements to possibly identify the killer. They work with a laboratory which provides DNA phenotyping to analyze the DNA found at the crime scene, which linked the murder of Lard to the unsolved murder of Amy Baker, who was murdered in Fairfax County in 1989. Well, they worked together. All the investigators in both counties worked together. And finally, on December 14th, 2023, they were able to come up with a name. Following up on leads created by modern technology, the investigators got a search warrant to get DNA from Harrison. And in February, the Department of Forensic Scientists reported the DNA was a match. You're one and done, dude.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. DNA, the advances they've made over the many years has helped break a lot of cold cases.
Yes.
And I find that great. I got one for you, but we're not going to talk ugly things like that. Here's one for you. I'm going to ask you a question first.
Give me.
We're talking about American campaign and advertising icon of the United. Well, all right. What is the longest running public service announcement campaign in United States history?
Public service announcement campaign?
Yes. And it became they became an advertising icon of
drugs?
No. Here's another hint. The U.S. Forest Service.
Smokey.
That's right.
My buddy.
And you know it's Smokey Bear.
I know.
And a lot of people say Smokey the Bear.
Mm-hmm.
We learned that quite young too. Dad was, it's not Smokey the Bear, it's Smokey Bear.
That's right.
So, but that was the longest running public service announcement campaign in United States history.
Okay, got another caller. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, guys. This is Robin.
Hello, Robin. What's up?
Not too much. Just wanted to call and thank everybody for going out and voting, and I want to send an appreciation out to all my supporters and stuff that voted me back in during the primary. I'm very, very appreciative. I'm very, very appreciative of their support, and I just wanted to give a big shout out to all of them that went out and voted for their candidate.
Yep, absolutely.
Just no turnout. I mean, the results came in. I was very pleased with the results. And, so that's something that we can move forward to the general election.
Yep.
But again, I wanted to say thank you to everybody out there that supported me.
Okay. Thank you, Robin. Appreciate it.
I'm just glad it's over. I'm so glad it's over.
This is just phase one. Phase two is right around the corner.
Phase two, I'm not worried about. Phase one was too long, too crazy.
I'll tell you about a Jewish mother in California.
Okay.
And an issue that she had with a retired physician. Was it physician or pastor? Oh, I think it might be a pastor.
Oh.
We'll talk about it when we get back.
Okay.
You're live in local Real Talk Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME.
Freedom 97.1 WSME.
Have you gotten your copy of Topsail Times newspaper this? Did you know that Topsail Times is Topsail area's only local newspaper in print? Started a little over a year ago, we now have over 1,500 online subscribers and 5,000 printed copies that go out every 2 weeks. And we never charge our readers. Information should be free to our readers, and we stick by that. Looking for an idea for date night? Want to learn some local history? How about asking a veterinarian about your pet? And more are available in each copy of the Topsail Times newspaper. Want to get the word out about your business? We offer great rates for full color ads, and the online paper version is always included for free. Need help designing the perfect ad? We can do that too. We're always looking for human interest stories, so start writing. And we love local photos too. Check out our website at topsailtimes.net, where you can find out where to pick up a copy or check out our latest publication online.
The best deal for the grill is at Jones LP Gas and Oil Company each Friday. Every Friday from 8 a.m. till closing at 5, Jones LP Gas and Oil Company will fill your 20-pound LP gas grill cylinder for only $11. You heard that right. Each Friday till closing, you can have your 20-pound LP gas cylinder filled for only $11 at Jones Gas and Oil Company, 3881 Wilmington Highway in heart of Verona. In addition to saving money on your LP gas for the grill, Jones Gas and Oil is your full-service gas and oil company serving residential, commercial, and agricultural gas and oil needs, as well as gas appliances, LP replacement, parts, fill cylinders, and tankless water heaters, and they offer a 10% military discount on installation. Remember to get that cylinder filled every Friday until closing for only $11. Jones Gas and Oil Company, 3881 the Old Wilmington Highway, Verona. Phone 910-346-6384.
Hello, shoppers. Take advantage of the following specials as your locally owned and operated Piggly Wiggly store down the street where good things cost less. Main Street in Maysville. 10 pounds or more. Fresh ground chuck, just $3.59 a pound. Whole Boston butt is $1.49 a pound. St. Louis style ribs, $2.49 a pound. And split fry breast, just $2.29 a pound. And remember, they use only the finest and certified Angus beef and Sanderson's Farm chicken at your locally owned and operated Piggly Wiggly store. And the butchers cut the beef and pork fresh every day. Over in produce, crisp broccoli crowns, just 99 cents a pound. Honey crisp Fuji or Red Delicious apples, just 99 cents a pound. Fresh blueberries are only $2.99 a pint, and you get a 1 pound package of fresh strawberries for just $3.99. And you get two 2-liter size Cokes or Sprite for just $5. That's your locally owned and operated Piggly Wiggly store where good things cost less. Down the street in downtown Main Street in Maysville. Remember, say big with the P.
It's live and local. Real talk on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
This just irritating and just so much. I understand why people are screaming about anti-Semitism right now.
Mm-hmm.
A Jewish mother in West Hollywood confronted her neighbor after he was caught drawing a swastika on her grocery bags.
What?
In a video shared Monday on social media, Lee Grossman approaches her neighbor, Mark Nagawa, after her front porch camera catches him scribbling a symbol on a box of seltzer sitting on Grossman's doorstep and returning to the scene. Is there a problem? She asked him before directly asking if that's a Nazi symbol on her groceries. No, I'm just walking by here, Nagawaka, a retired pastor and former district superintendent for the United Methodist Church. That's what he told her in the video shared by a nonprofit group. Really?
There's so much hate, and I believe it's gotten worse. I believe back in the day growing up, people just learned to love each other and get along, but nowadays it's just...
Yeah, she told the guy, Nagagawa, that she saw him and has a camera. What is that? What did you draw here? She asked him again. He continued to deny any knowledge of what happened or what the symbol is. She told a local TV station that the incident happened in December, shortly after she says Nagagawa called her a fascist in a homeowners association meeting after she hung the Israeli flag on her balcony following the October 7th Hamas terrorist attack. He claimed Grossman actually called him a fascist at the community meeting. He admitted to drawing the symbol.
Not good.
He was trying to educate, he said, her about the history of the swastika as a Buddhist symbol of love, and he did not know how Grossman would react toward the drawing. Wow.
That is something else. How'd you like to have a neighbor like that?
Wow.
I'd be moving.
Oh, he'd be moving.
I'll be calling Candy. I'm putting my house up for sale.
No, he'd be moving.
Whew.
He'd be running him out of the neighborhood.
I'm so thankful. I'm so blessed with great neighbors.
Mm-hmm.
Great neighbors.
Me too.
And yeah, from what I've seen over here, you have fantastic neighbors. Probably the best you could ever have.
Yep.
So that's great. Man, so much in the news today, but it's all out of state everywhere else.
Family members of 6 American hostages in Gaza will attend the State of the Union tonight.
Yes, and that's pretty much they do that at every state in regards to who the president is. They bring in people like that. So that'd be really super interesting. And did you find out yet what time it starts?
No, I haven't.
I
We'll
think it's
find out.
probably around. I'm gonna look it up real quick.
Good morning. We got another caller. Who's this? Hello. Well, we had a new caller.
Shy. Don't be shy.
That's generally some of those folks who call like that and hang up at the last minute as soon as they find out the word or something.
Right.
They're telemarketers or spammers of some sort or another.
They're like, oops.
Do
you ever answer the home phone that way? Tell them that they're on the air. It's the quickest way to get rid of them.
I have done it. Good morning. You're live and local. Could I help you?
9 p.m.
9 o'clock. Okay.
9 o'clock, shortly after 9 p.m. So good. I can get off on my Zooms and get my popcorn ready and be ready for it.
All right. Tomorrow, Friday, final day of the week. Get your red out.
Yes, red day.
It's we have 7:30. I can't read the writing.
Sheila, and I'm not sure how to say her last name. I'm going to say Toon.
Okay, that sounds right.
She is with the Colson Fellows, and she's going to be in the studio. And the Colson Fellows urges you to go beyond the ordinary and be radically Christian. So it's a Christian foundation, and she's going to come in and explain it to us. But most of our lives may look ordinary, but as C.S. Lewis reminds us, there are no ordinary people, not when we are each made in God's image for an eternal destiny and called to live an earthly mission that reveals his kingdom. And they have these they have conventions. They have this 8-month course or 10-month course that you can take. And so she's going to explain it all to us. She's coming in out of New Bern, so it's going to be a very interesting segment of our show tomorrow.
Okay. Then the second hour, during the last half of the second hour, we've got Miller Time.
Yeah, everything that was scheduled today got moved this morning to another time. So Chris will be with us tomorrow. We did have another guest this morning. Other guests for tomorrow. This moved to next week.
Okay.
So
had a 17-year-old body of a missing swimmer, or missing 17-year-old body who was swimming.
I'm missing my 17-year-old
Yeah.
body too.
Was recovered off the coast of Florida on Wednesday after the teen failed to return from drills with his team.
No,
He was identified as William Zhang, who was
sad.
visiting from Quebec with his swim team for a camp in Indian Shores.
Right.
Wow.
It's sad.
He was doing drills with his teammates in the Gulf of Mexico off the coast of Indian Shores when he was reported missing about 9 a.m. He got up early. A witness on the beach told television station there that an adult who remained on shore had become concerned too far out and waved them back to shore. They all came in. Then she ran up the hill and asked me for the address here. She said there's still one in the water. So they called rescue. They found the body just before 5:30 p.m.
That's
Wow.
horrible. That's horrible. Just real quick, how do you feel about PAs, physician associates?
I love them.
Yeah,
At least one.
Yeah, I agree with you right there. Is a story came out about they should be banned from diagnosing patients because of one that missed a fatal blood clot twice, but in a patient who died. But I guess we can talk about that tomorrow. But I mean,
can.
I love our PA
Well, I tell you what.
that we all go to.
She takes care of me.
Takes care of me too.
Okay.
So anyway.
We will see you tomorrow morning.
Yep.
We're going to take a break right now and do some Fox News.
Fox News.
And then at 10 o'clock this morning, it's going to be another dose of our Daily D's with Rick Dees. And he'll hand it off this afternoon at 3 o'clock to Hollywood Man.
That's
the
right.
man.
That is our Hollywood.
Our Hollywood.
See, we have our own celebrity right
We
here
got
in
the
Onslow County.
We got the East Coast Hollywood.
That's right.
That's what he is. The East Coast Hollywood. You're live and local, Real Talk, Freedom 97.1, 1120 a.m. WSME. We will see you in the morning.
WSME, Camp Lejeune, W246CJ, Jacksonville.